What's good in the hood? UFC Houston, Sean Strickland is making headlines for all the reasons, good and bad. And I'm going to go on limb and say he's the most controversial. He's the most polarizing fighter. And he might be a good pain in the butt for not just the UFC brass, but now Paramount executives in this new era, seeing as though he might be on the cusp of another title shot. Before I go any further, if you like this video, give me a like. And if you really like it, give me a comment and tell me what you think. Without further ado, Sean Strickland, he got the job done. He beat Fluffy Hernandez. Fluffy was on an 8-fight win streak, doing his thing, and he went up against a brick wall on Sean Strickland, and he couldn't do shit. I mean, he was pushing the pace at times, but the numbers speak for themselves. Sean doubled him on strikes, got the only knockdown, stuffed the takedowns, no less, so that was nice to see. And he finished him, which is very rare for a Sean Strickland fight, but he got the finish and it was pretty nice with a knee to the stomach, and then went and did some shovel hook, was it shovel uppercuts, and he finished him, which was, like I said, I don't think on anyone's Bayon card. Fluffy, even though UFC doesn't like to show their odds, I believe he was a 2-1 favorite, and like I said, he at no point looked like he was on track to win this fight. Sean got it done. And this is huge shock for him. He hasn't fought in over a year since his loss to DDP for their rematch. And the question was, where does he fall in the division? He's number 3, but he just beat number 4, Anthony Hernandez. He has a win over number 2 in what was considered the number 1 contender in Nasruddin Ivanov. And DDP is obviously kind of out of the picture at this point. So Sean Strickland put in a damn good effort and a good argument to now be in title contention with Khamzat Chimaev. But that's only half the side of it. The other half is obviously the controversial stuff Sean has said and will continue to say. He was saying some stuff before and after his fight. This lovely article on LGBTQ Nation. Thank you, LGBTQ Nation. I mean, he was insulting gays. He was insulting female athletes. Bad Bunny took some stray shots. The NFL as a whole got an attack. Cartoon characters. He even tried to defend NHL until they mentioned that an NHL player came out as gay, and at which point he called the NHL gay. Yeah, long story short is he called Bad Bunny, I won't say it on here to get canceled or monetized. He said the nasty F word to describe Bad Bunny. And then he just went on a very aggressive rant just saying that NHL is like the last dying sport for, masculinity. Which, some can agree, some can disagree. But the point is, this guy, you give him a mic, and the media, being the media, love to ask questions to, and I would do the same thing. They love to ask questions to make sure, and this is something that's been in the past too, when they asked him, what would he do if he had a gay son? He said it would be a failure as a man for having created such a weakness. Oh boy. Yeah, the point is, if he's got a mic, which he has to get because he's generally a headliner when he does compete now, that's how popular he is. The reality is he's going to say stuff, and he's going to say stuff that's going to, ruffle presumably half this country, half I don't know fan wise, but he's saying stuff that 1 out of 2 people in a group are not going to like. And it's tough because UFC now, they've dealt with it in the past with them, but now they have their own bosses in the form of Paramount. And the fact is, Sean Strickland isn't going anywhere. Sure, he didn't fight for a year, but now he's on the cusp of a title shot. He has bad beef with Khamzat. I mean, they were training partners in the past, and he's gone out on a limb and says that he's made Khamzat quit. Khamzat's obviously responded and said, no, I made you quit. Sean has said that he's the only one with the wrestling capabilities to thrive and, beat Khamzat. So, I mean, yeah, there's already this brewing beef. So it feels like business-wise, this might be more logical than Nasruddin Ivanov, who, while he might be more of a compelling fight, might not draw as much business for Khamzat's first title defense. And let's be real, Khamzat is probably top 5 biggest stars in all of the sports. So his first title defense, wherever it may be, with whoever it may be, is going to be kind of important. So Sean's doing this. Sean is making life hell for Dana White because he's not done anything necessarily wrong to, unlike with Armand, where he misses weight and this and that. Sean is a good, he's a company man. He's done short notice fights against Adesanya. He did a short notice fight against Nasruddin Ivanov. He does things for the company, and he's the definition of Dana saying we protect free speech, where him and Bryce are like the top two most controversial characters that Dana has to, for lack of better words, give them a mic to talk to. But it's inherently an issue because Sean has continued to be, you know, up on that card, and he continues to maintain his presence as one of the big stars, and it's going to continue for 2026, it looks like, especially with Dana White coming out and saying, when the rumors coming out that Yuri was going to fight Hamza for the vacant belt with Prayer, I think we can all agree is done with light heavyweight. He's moving up to heavyweight. If that's true, there was an intriguing rumor that Chimaev was going to go up to 205 because he was chasing Prayer, and I don't know. But Dana shut that down immediately. He was asked about it, and I believe he said verbatim, I'd like to see him defend his title at a weight first. Yeah, I'd like to see him defend his title before he talks about moving up. You're going to keep going up weight divisions without defending? I'd rather see him defend. I mean, when Dana says something like this, I think it's pretty much said so. That rumor from whatever Wiener said that, it's killed off. Chimaev, he's got to do it, and I agree. He's not Karma. He's got to go, and he's got to defend it at least once, similar to when Ilya Taporia did at featherweight. Then he can talk about chasing a second belt, which now calls into question, is Sean Strickland, and he came out pretty unscathed. He really didn't get rocked. He got lightly rocked once or twice against Fluffy. For the most part, he came out unscathed, and it feels like Sean could be due for a fight, and he seems though he's probably willing to do this on a quick turnaround. And Ramadan is, I believe, in the next couple of weeks. So Hamza was eyeing, I believe, a June or July return. I don't think he would get on the White House card, although this is actually compelling for the White House card because Sean is the, you know, unofficial. We'll keep the terms loose for what a patriot is, but he's like the patriot of the UFC roster. And let's be real, Trump has any dictation, which I don't think he really. I mean, he might have 2 cents because him and Dan are friends. But I mean, this writes itself better than any movie you could ever imagine. The fact that you have Sean Strickland, Big Eagle Boy, coming out with his patriotic theme song, versus Hamzat, a friend of a dictator in the Caucasus region. I mean, yeah, if you could book that actually makes a lot of sense. But I mean, goddamn, I mean, if we go even further, this was the post-fight. YouTube, don't flag me for using YouTube, please. This is what he was saying, where he actually got his mic cut. Not the first time it's happened, but it's very rare that UFC fighters get their mic cut when they're speaking. Let's listen.
It's really like entertaining. You got Chimaev, the fucking go fucker. Like,
yeah, I mean, you can't be. I mean, Connor says this, but he says this on tweets, and then he immediately deletes it because he's even ashamed of what he just said. But Sean, he just says this on an open mic. Oh my God, let's continue.
Who's really entertaining in this division? Nobody. So
his face when he gets the curtain call of "you're done here."
Oh, that's a wrap. Anyways, wait, I got one for Smo. It ain't a wrap, dog.
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, we won't listen to all this. He got his mic cut again. He got this cut, I think, like a year or 2 ago on a fight night main event where he was going. He was in Canada. I think that was the one where they had to cut the mic because he won, and he just went on a larger tirade against like having a gay son and, you know, transsexual and all that stuff. So not the first time, but it is extremely rare that they cut your mic, and it's probably gonna be a little more trigger ready now that we're in the Paramount era, and it's not strictly on like Dana's call, but more so on if Paramount likes it or not. Seems though, you know, you can stream Fight Night now on Paramount, so they're going to have a bigger audience, and that means they're trying to grow that sub count, and the sub count might get a little diminished when this guy's featured periodically saying God knows what. But I mean, it is what it is. I think at the end of the day, unlike with Armand, unlike with, let's say, Francis, unlike with these guys that legitimately beef with Dana or they're hard to negotiate behind closed doors, it sounds like Sean is a good businessman. He takes short notice fights. He has in the past, and he is now at the top 3, top 2 of the division. And it feels like this fight is going to be inevitable. Sean's going to wait it out, I think. He doesn't need to fight Imanov. There's no point in fighting DDP. And DDP's outside the title contention. Imanov is the only other guy that was going to get it. Excuse me. And for one reason or another, they just haven't booked it. Like, I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to go and say it's just Dana and them were just kind of waiting to see if it was Fluffy or Sean that was going to win. Sean won. Sean's a big name. And he's going to get this. And it's just a question of how much Paramount is going to be willing to give this man the open mic, how much they're willing to promote this guy when they know. And I'll give Dana his 2 cents. I mean, Dana complained that the media tested Sean. I mean, they didn't necessarily bring up Bad Bunny, but they brought up some other random stuff, which led to the Bad Bunny rant and the bad word being said. But yeah, I mean, they're going to ask stuff because they're going to want to get their clicks, and which is respectful and respectable. And Sean's going to do whatever he wants to do, just like Thug Nasty and just like a few other characters on the roster will do. And the only difference, like I said, is unlike Thug Nasty, who's unranked at bantamweight, Sean is a main eventer that is a top 5 contender and a former champ. So it is what it is. Do I think it's good or bad? Time will tell. I mean, he's already said some pretty crazy stuff, and he's not getting hard cancel outside of a mic cup. So it is what it is. And yeah, I'll give him 2 cents. He was a little chill after his post-fight interview where he called Fluffy a good dad, you know, good teammate, this and that, said he was a great boxer, blah, 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 after he made some ice jokes beforehand. So deep down, it seems like Sean's not the worst human. But it is what it is. Let me know what you think. Send a like if you enjoyed any portion of this video, and put in the comments, what do you think? Does Sean have any chance in being Hamza? I mean, does he have any chance? Or is this just inevitable and Hamza is guaranteed to move up to light heavyweight? And is he guaranteed to get a double belt? I don't think so. I think Yuri is going to cause some problems. My boy Yuri needs to get that belt back himself. But it is what it is. And then like, comment, subscribe, do that thing, and keep an eye out for some future videos later this week.